Okay. Are we? Sorry about that, guys. Just stand by a second. If you guys are watching, I don't know if I got anybody watching on TikTok or not. We're going to do a live stream here in just a few minutes. As soon as I get, I'm also going to be streaming to Facebook and YouTube, so trying to get that set up. Let's see here. Come on now. Oh my goodness. Okay. So sorry about that, guys, on TikTok. I am almost there. Um, no, that is a background. It's I don't have a permanent figure out which camera. I got multiple cameras. That's not a no. I'm not from Grand Canyon. I don't know if that it's the default desktop. My computer, I don't have it set, so it changes every so often, and that's what it changed to tonight. So we're going to be going live here in a few minutes on YouTube and Facebook, doing a weather stream for Southeast Tennessee, North Georgia, Northeast Alabama for the upcoming snow for January 24th, 25th. Thought I would play with live streaming it to TikTok, so you guys just bear with me. And let me finish setting up a couple of things, and then we'll get going. That's what I'm wanting. Oh, there we are. Okay. I just now realized who asked that about the Grand Canyon. Okay. Let's see if this will work. Okay, this is going to be interesting because I am streaming to Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, I think. Well, I don't. Yeah, I don't have time to do that. I ain't got enough screens. Okay, so let's minimize that. We got that pulled up. We've got that pulled up, and let me add another tab. So, all right, we'll get started in just a minute, guys. I swear. Okay. So I think need more screens. Okay. TikTok and YouTube are live. Thank you, Brighton, for that on TikTok. I need to mute that. I'm hearing myself talk. Okay. All right. I think we're good. So let me start off with a introduction. So my name's Daniel. I do a little bit of weather content and various things. I'm a ham radio operator. I do radio videos, anything electronic. I do electrical videos too. I'm an electrician by trade, but I try to live stream. John Miles, how about that? I see you on TikTok. Thanks for watching, man. Same old weatherman. I'm trying to get a little more fancy. I'm hoping to eventually get this set up to where we can display the stuff on here, but I got too much glare. You guys on TikTok can't see it, but YouTube and Facebook you can. I just realized that. Anyway, I live stream when we're having severe weather or snow. I like snow, so this is what we're going to talk about tonight. So, first of all, today is January the 19th, Monday, January the 19th, 2026. It's 9:18 Eastern Time, PM. That's 21:18 if you guys want to do it in the military time. Sorry, I was reading the comment. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. How is the audio on TikTok? Brandy, can you let me know, or Brighton? Can you comment on TikTok and let me know how the audio on TikTok is? Audio's good. Okay, thank you guys. I'm assuming the audio is good on YouTube. Test 1, 2, 3. Audio looks like it will be fine. Okay. All right. So, guys, we'll get started. So we're 5 days out from this event right now. Thank you, Brighton, for that comment on there. So we're 5 days out right now for this particular storm. So the only models that we have that we can look at tonight is the long-range models. The only two that I'm going to look at is going to be the GFS and the European model. So we're going to start off with the Scott, thanks for being in here. So Scott, bear with me, this is the first time I have live streamed to 3 different platforms with 2 cameras, 3 screens counting the one behind me, which I'm not utilizing tonight. So bear with me. But anyway, so we are 5 days out from this event. This event's looking to be around Friday night, January 24th, 2026. Friday's the 23rd. So this will be the 23rd, Friday, January 23rd, going into Saturday, January 24th. and possibly, depending on how slow this system goes, possibly into the wee hours of Sunday, January 25th, 2026. So we're going to look at the GFS tonight. We're going to run a precipitation type right now. So I'm going to get this started on the screen here. And we're going to ease forward. We're going to bypass that one. That's a Wednesday into Thursday. A little bit of rain showers, not a whole lot to talk about. This is as we get into Friday evening. This is about 7 p.m. on Friday, January 23rd, 2026. Yes, Scott, it is a lot to manage. And I am going to drink on my live stream. So, and by the way, you guys on TikTok, you guys can send. Thank you, Brandy, for the rose. You guys can send gifts if you want to or whatever. I don't remember if I have YouTube set up to do that. Facebook, I mean. There is one thing I wanted to do right quick. Actually, Brandy might be able to do it. Brandy, can you do you have the ability to share my Facebook from my Storm Chaser page to my private page? What am I looking for here? Okay, so I'll just toggle between these. So anyway, yeah, you guys, I think Facebook's set up where you can send stars. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I've set anything up on YouTube, but you guys are welcome to. You don't have to, but any would be appreciated. So this is Friday at around 11 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday night, January 23rd. And you can see the GFS is showing us getting into some light snow here for the southeast Tennessee area. This will go all the way down to, according to this run of the GFS, it's looking like snow. Yes, you guys on TikTok can see too. It's looking like snow, possibly all the way down to Cartersville, over to Clayton, down to Gadsden, Alabama. That's just what this particular run on the GFS is showing. No, no, Scott. We want the snow. We don't want no burning tires to fill up the the ozone hole. No, we don't need that. So this is what it's showing for starting for Friday night, going into the wee hours of Saturday morning. Some light snow, down into North Georgia, North Alabama, Southeast Tennessee, continuing on through the day on Saturday. And then as we get into Saturday afternoon, evening, a little bit heavier. But notice that line of the transition between the snow mix and rain stays about the same place according to this run. So according to this GFS run, thank you, Miss Brandy. So according to this GFS run, it looks like all of northern Alabama, North Georgia, Tennessee is going to see some snow. But again, this is just one model. I was just showing you this to kind of get an idea. Starting Friday evening and kind of getting out of here in the wee hours of the morning on Sunday morning, January 25th. And it's showing all snow for Southeast Tennessee. Now, that's the GFS. If we switch over to the European model, which you guys on TikTok, I've got to switch. Stand by. I've got to switch that on. Okay, there we go. So this, and we're going to back it up a little bit. This is the European model. And a precipitation type, so just showing what we're expecting to fall. Again, this is going into Friday evening into Saturday morning, January 23rd, going into Saturday 24th. Let's see if that works. All right, let's see what that did. That changed something. That helped a little bit. Thank you, Scott. I don't know how to do any of that. Oh, sweet. RF Chaser. Thanks, man. Jackson County, North Carolina. Appreciate it. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, I'm new to this stuff. I'm good with the radio stuff, good with Motorola radios, APXs, XTSs, XTLs, good with all that stuff. I am not good with live streaming and figuring all that out. But anyway, so again, this is going into Saturday. And this is the European. I'm just going to run it through there, and that's as far out as it goes. So again, notice it's showing about the same thing. It is showing the mixed being a little further north in through the North Alabama, North Georgia, Southeast Tennessee, the valley portions of Southeast Tennessee. Well, I appreciate it, RF Chaser. I appreciate it. I've got a good friend that's actually in here that's helped me with quite a bit of it. So he actually, we jumped on a call a few minutes ago to try to get things set up. So yeah, appreciate that though. So anyway, this is going into Saturday into Sunday. But notice the European model is bringing the freezing rain up a little bit further, the mix a little bit further north. So the GFS was showing all this to be snow in northern Alabama, North Georgia, and all snow in Tennessee. The European is picking up on a little bit more of the warm air. And so right now, I think it's safe to say that according to what we're seeing, Tennessee north, the Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama line north may be all snow, and then everything below right now is looking like it could be a mixed bag. But that's kind of what we're showing, getting out of here in the wee hours of Sunday morning. So that is kind of the timing, starting late Friday evening on the 23rd, going in through the day of Saturday on the 24th, 2026, and kind of ending as we go into the wee hours of Sunday morning. Now, this is specifically for northern Alabama, northern Georgia, and kind of East Tennessee, if you want to call it. That's the area that I forecast for. And I say forecast. My Facebook and YouTube, or the Facebook at least, has this disclaimer. I am not a meteorologist by any means. I'm just a weather nerd or weather weenie, whatever you want to call it. I just like to get on here, and I'm kind of using this as a practice as well. I like to kind of sit back and live stream some of the severe weather. So, but I am not a meteorologist. I just kind of showing you what the models are showing and have fun with it. Yes, the Scott, the pink is a wintry mix. It can be a combination of rain mixed with some wet snow mixed with sleet. It could be all sleet. It could be freezing rain. It's kind of a mixed bag. Also, the pink would indicate, if I back up a little bit, the pink, actually, I need to go forward, sorry. The pink does indicate where it could be changing. Like 1 minute it may be snow, then it changed to rain for an hour, and then back to sleet or back to freezing rain. The weather weenie. Yeah, I love it. So, been into weather my whole life. Matter of fact, all through school, I said I was going to be a meteorologist, and I got into something else, but which is it's great, but maybe one of these days. So, I'll tell you what, I'm not staying on top of the Facebook chat. Let me do that. I ain't got enough screens here. And why this keeps switching over to this, I don't know. So, okay. Doesn't look like I have any comments on Facebook, so just checking that out. No No comments on YouTube. Sorry, guys, I'm jumping back and forth, just trying to stay on top of things. Why is that keep going over there? I don't know why. Okay, now back to F11 on this one. Okay, so dadgummit. Well, that'll work. So yes. Anyway, sorry guys. I know I'm like, yeah. I'm all over the way, squirrel, you know. So anyway, that's what that mix is. Now, what I want to do now is switch over to what these two models are talking about as far as the possibility of snowfall totals. And I actually want to do, well, since I'm on this app, we'll do it first. So want to run through on the European model what it's showing for possible snowfall totals. It has been by far the highest amount. Now again, this is one model run. I am not predicting this at all. This is one model run. We'll get into the ensembles and the national blend in a minute, but this is one model run that is subject to change in just a minute. You know, when it updates every 6, 8, 12 hours, this may change. But this is the more bullish run. You'll remember when we looked at precipitation type, the European was showing mainly Tennessee north was the snow and south of Tennessee was the mix. Let's see. Yes, no, you guys are right. It's when it, you know, it sprinkles here and people can't drive sometimes. So this is what the European model, this particular run, is calling for. You can see that Chattanooga's, you know, it's showing about 5-6 inches, and as you get north, it's showing, you know, anywhere from 11 inches to 13 to 15 inches, kind of in this area. Near Interstate 40. Now, that's just one model. That's not what I'm calling for. I'm just showing you what the model's showing now. We'll probably do a video probably every night this week, and as we get closer, I will tell you guys what I think will happen. But I just wanted to kind of show this. So that is the European model of what it's saying is possible. And now let's switch over to, and let's see, I gotta switch you guys over on TikTok here. Now let's switch over to the no, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. Let's actually do it on pivotal weather. So let's hide that and show that, and back to full screen. That's not what I wanted. Okay, now what we'll do is just switch to it on here. Now why is... I just looked at that model. Okay. So it looks like we just got a new run of the GFS. So anyway, the GFS, remember, it was showing a little bit more to the south of the Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama state line. And so the GFS is showing around the same 5-6 inches for Chattanooga, 5-6 inches for Athens, up in around Dayton, 4 inches, Pikeville, 4 inches. You get on up into Croftsville, 2 inches, Rockwood, Harriman, 3-4 inches. Again, this is what one particular model is showing. I do want to switch to I do want to look at some of the ensembles. So this is the GFS ensemble. We don't want 6 hour, I want total. Knew something wasn't right. So this is the GFS ensemble. So what the ensemble is kind of all of the different GFS models together, and it takes and averages them together. So if you average all of the different GFS, the GFS runs throughout the last few hours, this is kind of what it's showing. 3 inches for Chattanooga, 4, almost 5 inches for Athens. Dayton would be 4 inches, Pikeville 4 inches, Crossville 5 inches, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia line south there drops off to kind of a 1 to 3 across the area. That's the GFS ensemble. If we look at, yeah, there we go, national blend of models, which is updating right now. Can I not go back 1 hour? And it is not going to let me. Oh, man. Okay. It's not going to. Why is it not going to let me look at that? The national blend is running an update right now, but I should have been able to go back and choose a different run. I apologize, guys. It has been a long time since I've had time to do a stream like this. It is not going to allow me to choose that. Okay. We'll try this. Try this then. I don't know where that other tab went, so this is what we're going to do. Okay. Now, that's not going to give me the ensemble, the national blend. Okay. Well, this just ain't going to work out at all, apparently. I hope you guys are enjoying. Because this is not turning out very well. What model are we looking at here? This is the European. We've already looked at that. Okay. I had all that set up, and okay. So let's switch back over to weather-wise. I believe it will allow me to look at the national blend. All right, now, is it really only going to go out 8 hours? Or 36? Okay. Well, never mind. Never mind. So, that's the problem when these get too complicated. Okay, well, so let's do as we get into minimize down, please. You going to? Okay, nothing's want to behave tonight. Anyway, as we get closer, so we're 5 days out right now. That is a good question about the aurora on TikTok. So we'll try to check that in just a minute. So yeah, as we get right now, the only things we can look at is the GFS, the European, and the Canadian model, which I didn't look at. So those are the long range models. As we get tomorrow into Wednesday, especially, we're going to start getting into the medium and short range models. We'll get into short range models as we get into Thursday. Looking forward to that. So we'll see kind of. But anyway, this was kind of just a test run to see how things was kind of gonna go. Obviously, it ain't went that well. So hope you guys have really enjoyed. Because what a show it's been. Let's see if we can. Let me see if I can. Sorry, just checking my Facebook and YouTube comments. Okay, let's see if we can't get an update on the Aurora. Because last I had heard it was more towards tomorrow night. Let's see here. I apologize, guys. I'm gonna just kind of look kind of where we're at on that. I don't deal with that very often, so I'm trying to figure out what try to figure out something I can show you guys. .30-minute forecast. What time is this valid to? Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm actively kind of looking at it right now. Crap. I gotta utilizing my phone as well, so let's see if it'll let me switch accounts. I don't have enough screens. That's one thing for sure. What in the world? No. Okay, what's that about? Okay, obviously that's not going to work. Jeez Louise, you kidding me? Yeah, I apologize, guys. I'm wasn't prepared for that. I was definitely appreciate the question. I was going to try to answer it, and then everything has. But let me try to share this. I don't know. That's what I thought. I'm not going to be able to share it on. Are you kidding me? So I can't share that. I've got to add another source. That is so aggravating. So I'm showing the graphic on my Facebook and YouTube, but it's not showing on TikTok. So let me add a source. There we go. All right. Now, yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm glad you asked the question because that is a real good question. So this is the 30-minute forecast from the Space and Weather Prediction Center. According to what they're showing, they're not really showing much for tonight. Um, they're not really showing this. This is getting on into tomorrow. Let's see what it's showing. What I had heard earlier during the day, let's play this other graphic. That ain't gonna do us no good. What I had heard earlier in the day is that tomorrow um, was gonna be the better chance tomorrow night, January 20th. Um, right as it's getting dark. But I don't. I hope that's correct. Um, I will definitely be prepared for that tomorrow night. Thank you for that question there. Because I had heard that it's very possible tonight, but that okay. Let's try. Yeah, there we go. Let's try this graphic. So this is tonight, Monday, January 19th. This is what the Space Prediction Center or Space Weather is showing. So where are you? Yeah, thank you, Bratton, for commenting there. Um, where are you? Run Kimmy 77. We're Atlanta. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Um, so according to the graphics that I'm seeing for tonight, Monday, January the 19th, I'm seeing that we're not really going to see it that far south tonight. Now, I will say they only get about an hour to 30 minutes to an hour heads up. We have satellites and instruments that are, I think, about 1,000,000 miles away, but at the speed that those CMEs come through, they only get about 30 minutes to an hour heads up. Um, my advice is go out. Let's see, what time is it now? It's almost 10 o'clock Eastern time. So my advice is before you call it a night, go out somewhere dark, away from your lights. Take your phone, take a tripod if you got it, or lean your phone up against something. Um, yeah, it's probably not going to be visible to the naked eye that far south. But you can take your phone and do a long exposure. I have a Galaxy S25. I have if you go to your settings on your camera and go to more, there is there's a pro, what's it called? Let me see if I can pull it up without messing that up. Yeah, if you go to more and expert raw, there is a setting on there for astrophotography, and you can choose a long exposure. The pictures that I got earlier back this year and last year, I took anywhere from a 30-second exposure to a 3-minute exposure through that expert raw astrophotography setting. Now, you can't move, you have to have your phone on a tripod at that point. I got some amazing pictures with that. So, just because this changes a lot, and I've seen these forecasts go completely not be completely accurate, I would hate for you to miss it tonight. So my advice is before you call it a night, run out there, snap a few pictures on long exposure. Even if you do it on night mode, 3, 5, 6, 9 seconds, something like that, and see what happens. If you get a good picture, then stay out there a few more minutes and take some. But what I had heard earlier today when I did, and I'll just tell you the space weather is not my area of expertise, so I have some people that I follow. Here on TikTok, there's meteorologist Todd Gross, Todd Gross, Groo or OSS. Follow him. He's one of the ones that I follow. He typically will get on there and say, "It's happening. Go outside now." So that would be my advice there, and that's actually what I did earlier in the day. But yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for the question. Great question. Um, Brighton, appreciate that. Did I miss any other questions? Um, so yeah, if you guys have any questions, I know tonight's stream did not go the best, which there's really not much we could look at because there's only um, two models that really that we could look at tonight. So this was more of a test. Let's see where we at here. Yeah, this was more of a test just to see how if things were going to work out. And so far they have. You guys on TikTok like do tap the screen, do the hearts. I appreciate it, Brighton. Any current weather tonight? No, the only thing we do need to talk about for our area, when I say current weather, I'm talking East Tennessee, North Georgia, and Northeast Alabama. Kind of which I'm still showing the other graphic on TikTok. Stand by. Let me. There we go. So when I say this is kind of the area on the screen here that I kind of forecast for, if you want to say. So it's northern Alabama, northern Georgia, parts of middle and east Tennessee is really all I talk about. So great question, Brighton. Yes, what we need to talk about tonight is the cold. And actually, let's look at that. That was a real good question. Let's go to the HRRR and let's look at the air temperatures. It is doing an update. How far will it let us? The HRRR updates every hour, so it's updating. So let me back up an hour. Oh, it's not what I wanted to do. Let's back up an hour. Okay. So it is going to be extremely cold tonight. All right, so let's get. So if you're in Chattanooga tonight, looks like we're going to drop down to about 22 degrees in Chattanooga tonight. Cleveland, Tennessee, around 22 degrees, 21 degrees. Dayton, around 20 degrees. Pikeville showing about 20. Now, up here on the mountain, you're looking at 14 degrees. Let's see what up towards Crossville. Crossville, Tennessee, 13 degrees. There is a high point about right in there. Yeah, 14 degrees. If you're over in Spencer, Tennessee, 14 degrees. Dunlap, around 20 degrees. Trenton, Georgia, around 25 degrees. Fort Old Fort, 22 degrees. Ringgold, 25 degrees. Stevenson, Alabama, mid to upper 20s. So lower to mid 20s in the valley areas tonight, and mid to lower teens in some of the mountain locations here in southeast Tennessee, northern Alabama, Georgia. So that is what we got to concern with tonight. So Brighton, thank you for that question. If your pipes are subject to freezing, make sure you drip them. Don't forget about your pets. Check on anybody that may not have heat, elderly people, stuff like that. thank you guys for the gifts. Oh, I just seen that. Thank you guys for the roses. What is that? A bear, fox? What is that? Let me blow this up a little bit bigger. Well, it ain't gonna blow up. Thank you for uh, the the spicy chili pepper. Thank you for the lightning. Uh, yeah, thank you guys for that. Um, I just now noticed that. Thank you guys. Um, wait, what is that? Oh, is it universe? No way. Uh, man, I wish I need a spare phone. I'm viewing this through the TikTok Live Studio on my computer, and I think somebody just sent me a universe. Thank you for that. Thank you for the lightning. I was trying to figure out who sent the universe. I don't like how the I don't like how the there we go. That's bigger. Mind blown. Is that what it was? I don't know. I have never. I've always. I've always viewed. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. No, mine's definitely blown for sure. My mind is definitely blown. This is pretty cool. I've never watched YouTube on not YouTube, TikTok on the computer program, so it's a little bit different. Daniel meets live streaming. Speaking of which, I need to check in on my. Oh come on! I need to check in on my YouTube. No comments really on YouTube. Let's see if I can go back to Facebook. I don't know what happened to it. It asked for. Make sure I'm not missing any comments. Oh, Carlene. So got a comment on Facebook. Carlene, are you still watching? If you are, I appreciate it all going through all that nonsense. But if you're still watching, you care to comment again? Let's see here. Well, anyway, I'm not sure if Carlene is still in here or not on Facebook. She asked a very good question. What time is this going to start on this weather coming in? So let's kind of run through that again for people who just joined. Um, So keep in mind that we are a long way out. That's not what I meant to hit. So we are a long way out right now. We're still 5 days out. But this, oh, I won't. Yeah, it's precipitation time. So Carlene or anybody that has just joined recently, this is going to start coming in right now according to the model runs as of Monday, January the 19th, 2026. The GFS and the European model, the only two that we can really look at right now. They're kind of in agreements right now, anyway, that late Friday evening into Friday night, going into the wee hours of Saturday morning, is kind of the time frame for it to start. And then this is going to run through all day Saturday into Saturday night, and kind of wrapping up in the wee hours of Sunday morning. Sunday being January 25th, 2026. That's kind of the time frame that it looks like it's going to be right now. I'm going to switch back to TikTok. I got a lot more of you guys in here on TikTok, so I definitely appreciate it. I'm trying to see how many of you guys are actually in here. What's happening, Miller? Thank you guys for watching. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to the TikTok on the Windows. I'm used to it on my phone. So, but yeah, Carlene, if you're still in there, Friday evening, late Friday evening into the wee hours of Saturday morning is what it looks like it's going to start right now. And then kind of wrapping up late Saturday night into Sunday morning, Sunday being January 25th, 2026. Yeah, that's a good question there, Brighton. So let me just kind of back this up again. Let everybody kind of see. Let me zoom out a little bit. Take that out. So again, running through, this is Friday, January 23rd, 2026, going into the evening hours. We're going to see this moisture start pushing up from the southwest. And the GFS keeps a lot of it Tennessee, well, kind of Interstate 40 south. It's keeping a lot of the moisture there, but this is running through Saturday and then kind of wrapping up, getting out of here by the wee hours of Sunday morning, January the 25th. And as far as the precipitation amounts, let me switch the source on here. Hide that. I want to show that. So this is actually, let's switch. That's the ensemble. Let's switch to GFS on the amounts possible. What in the world? Okay, I jumped through it. What is it doing? Is this? Oh, I've got it previous. Let me jump up to the new model run. I was wondering what in the world was going on. So, oh man, the GFS is even done an update. So the GFS is really showing a lot less. Hold on a minute. Why did it do that? Okay. Sorry, that was a 6 hour total. Here is the actual total. Where are we at? Yep. So this is what the GFS is forecasting. And again, it's a little bit further south. Is kind of what it's showing. Yeah, a little bit further south. So it's showing kind of Chattanooga 5 to 6 inches, Athens possibly 6 inches, Dayton, Tennessee 4 inches, Pikeville 4 inches, dropping down a little bit lower as we get into Crossville. And the GFS is showing a little bit more for North Georgia, so Trenton, Ringgold, Rossville. It's showing, like 7 to 9. Scottsboro, Alabama, showing around 6 to 7. This is the GFS on Monday, the 19th, 2026. Switch over to the European. The European has really been kind of bullish on this. The European is bringing the snow a little bit further north. It's kind of it's pretty much saying that Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia state line north is the place where you're going to see the snow, and then south of that line is going to be more rain and ice, is what it's saying right now. Keep in mind, this is right now, Monday, January the 19th, and this is 5 days out. So, so just keep that in mind. So let's see, we got Kentucky in here. Yeah, hello guys. Thank you. Like I say, thank you for the comments. Thank you for letting me know where you guys are from. So anywhere from in kind of the North Georgia, North Alabama, Southeast Tennessee, the two different models, the two long range models that we have access to right now, are showing anywhere from about 3 to 4 inches on up to 7 to 12 inches. But now we're 5 days out. That is going to change. I really wanted to, yeah, that switched over. I really wanted to show the, that was through, let me figure out how to do this. I really wanted to look at this other, I wanted to show you guys something. I'm not sure. Can we look at snowfall total? This is the GFS. I don't want a single image. I want a forecast loop. I got something else I want to show you in a second. So, yeah. So this is the GFS ensemble. It's not going to let me zoom in. So this is all the different GFS runs today. And it's kind of an average. So the ensemble is an average of all of them. So it's average of all the GFS, and see it's showing kind of 3 inches for Chattanooga, 4 inches, for the kind of the Athens, Dayton, Pikeville area. 5 inches you get up towards Crossville, North Georgia, kind of 1 to 3. Why will it not? Single image. Well, that's obviously not what I wanted. I had a specific graphic I wanted to show you guys, but something has ran an update and it has disappeared. I don't want that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So, well, it was something like this. Yeah, you guys can see that. This is the GFS ensemble. So these are the different times of the. I don't think that's okay. Well, anyway, I had it pulled up. I'm not sure what happened to it. It was just a better graphic for showing what I was trying to talk about. But we'll get more into that on tomorrow's run, because we'll get further into the. I'm just rambling to this point. So anyway, you guys have any questions before we call it? We're just over an hour, I believe. Yeah, you guys tap the screen, like it, share it, comment, all those things. Thank you for the TikTok, Brighton. Let them cook. Thank you for that. What in the world? All the lightnings. Thank you guys for that. What is that? Is that a sweet? Yeah, no, Brighton, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. 5 day forecast is gonna be pretty cold. Yeah, we can run through. Let's actually do that on weather-wise. So let me switch the graphic here. I don't want to show that one. I want to hide that one. Okay. So let's kind of talk about that over the next 5 days. So we're going to have a. So this is Wednesday going into Thursday. We are going to have a little system, a little clipper system come through the area as we get Wednesday into Thursday. It's going to bring a little bit of rain, maybe on the backside. I tell you what, let me do this frame by frame. Yeah, this is Wednesday evening. It's going just a little clipper system. It's going to come through the area, bring some light rain. Not really expecting a whole lot. With that behind it, maybe a little bit of mix. Most of that's going to be in the Smoky Mountains, higher elevations. We can probably, well, let me run back out on this. And then that's what we got for Wednesday into Thursday, and then we have the system coming in Friday into Saturday and Sunday, the big event, the main event. The other thing to talk about is the temperatures this week. So specifically, let's just pick Chattanooga. That'll be a good average of where everybody's at in the area. So just specifically in Chattanooga, I mean, we're going to have, a high temperature tomorrow of struggling to get out of the 30s tomorrow, upper 30s. Tonight, we're going to get down into the teens. Even in Chattanooga, we're going to get down into the teens. There we go. Brighton, I appreciate you're kind of like my moderator there. Thank you so much for that, man. I appreciate that a lot. Anything special on preparing your house and car? Yeah, if you hadn't already, close your little vents in your crawl space. Keep the cold air from getting in. Make sure that if you have plumbing that is susceptible to freezing, you either have heat tape or something like that on it and let your water drip. I happen to know that where in the trailer that I used to live in, I'm in a house now. We just spent a few years building a house, but so I haven't learned the house yet. But I know in the trailer where I used to live, if it got 13 degrees or colder, I had to drip the water. I learned the hard way. So, I would say leave your faucet dripping just a little bit. Keep them from freezing. Keep the water from moving. Vehicles, it's not a whole lot you need to do as far as what we're talking about. Temperature's not going to get cold enough to really have to put a battery charger or anything like that on it. But do make sure if you haven't tested your antifreeze, if you have any old vehicles sitting around that you've not checked the antifreeze in, you definitely want to check that. That's about what I got on that. But yeah, this week we are going to be cold. Like I say, tomorrow on Tuesday, the 20th, we're going to struggle to get, barely above freezing in the valley locations. May not get above freezing in the mountain locations. As we go into Tuesday night, it's going to drop back down into the 20s. Then Wednesday, we're actually going to get up in the mid 40s. Then back down into the 30s. Now Wednesday night, going into Thursday is kind of when we have that little clipper system coming through, a little bit of rain. Maybe mixed in some of the higher locations, higher mountains, especially the mountains of North Carolina, western North Carolina, eastern Tennessee, Smoky Mountains. But it's not going to amount to much. But pretty much we are going to struggle to get out of the 30s most of the week, and we're going to be down in the 20s and teens pretty much every night. Tonight's going to be the exception, where we may get close to the single digits in some of the mountain locations tonight. Other than that, that's the next 5 days. That's all that's really got going on. What we can do is look at a higher resolution model on see if the NAM nest goes out far enough to look at that Wednesday, Thursday event. I don't know. Yeah, so this is the NAM nest, or the NAM 3 kilometer. It's a higher resolution version of the North American model. This is, let's see, what is 21st is Wednesday. This is Wednesday going into Thursday. As you can see, this is a light precipitation. Of course, you can see it's picking up on the mixed in the Smoky Mountains. Pretty much everything here in Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee is going to be rain, and it may end as a couple of snow showers as we get into Thursday morning. But it's a clipper system. It's real quick. Yeah, I love the higher resolution on that. See, this is when I can't wait till we get a little bit closer, middle of the week. I'll probably do another live stream tomorrow night, just seeing what changes, because that's the key to it too, is the models have agreed every time on this particular storm system that something is going to happen this weekend into the 23rd, 24th, 25th. So that's what we're looking at. They've been pretty consistent. So I can't wait till we get into some of the high resolution models. I want to see what they're forecasting. We can pinpoint things a little bit better. So, Brighton, thank you for the live. I got to learn what all these are. Thank you guys for that, though. I really appreciate it. We have 1,200 likes. You guys tap the screen, get some likes in here. I don't really have a goal, but let's let's get some likes in here. Let me see what's going on in the Facebook and YouTube world. Not seeing anything on YouTube. Let's switch over to Facebook. Hey, we got yes, Garrett. Garrett, I hope you're still in here. I hope I didn't miss you. I'm streaming on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, and I had switched over to TikTok. Garrett, if you're still in here on Facebook, let me know. Jumping over here to catch in on some of those comments. Thank you guys for the likes and the hearts on Facebook. You guys on YouTube and on TikTok, I live stream on my Facebook page as well. I do a little bit more on that, or I used to anyway. I'm gonna try to do all three from now on, but it's just Storm Chaser Daniel Headley. The YouTube's a little bit different. The YouTube is Weather, Radio, and Tech with KK4GGK. Garrett is still in here. Thanks, man. Yeah, so yeah, doing a little bit of snow casting, I guess you could say. I get excited. For the first time, I am streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. All three at the same time. I don't have enough screens. I was gonna put something up here on the big screen, but I've got these. I got to figure out the lighting. I got these glares from the lights in the room. I got to figure that out. So I've got 2 screens in front of me, and that ain't enough. So I'm having to jump back and forth. But yeah, we're we're running through just some of the. It looks like it's going to be interesting Friday going into Saturday. I'm going to start late Friday evening into this is going to be Friday the 23rd, going into Saturday the 24th, 2026, January, that is, 24th, 2026. Right now, the only two models we can look at is the European and the GFS. The GFS is showing a little bit more further south. The European is showing, and I say south, I'm talking Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama line south. The GFS is showing a little bit more. What? What the crap? Yeah, I did watch Ryan Hall's video earlier on the topic, but where he does a little more regional and nationwide, I do a little more local. Um, but yeah, it looks like we're gonna get something, and whether that something is rain, freezing rain, sleet, some snow, it's to be determined. We're too far out right now. 5 days out from the event. It's too far to forecast it. I just got on here using this as some fun actually, and kind of seeing how things would go. See if I could manage 3 different streams at once. So yeah. So anyway, does anybody have any questions? Yeah. Yeah. Support the stream. Like, share, subscribe. Definitely subscribe to my TikTok. If you look at the top of my TikTok, I have my wife's TikTok linked in there. If you guys don't care to give her a follow, also she's trying to build her presence to do crafting events and crafting events. You can tell I'm getting tired. Um, she does crafting and stuff. She makes a lot of stuff, so she's working on trying to get that built up. Um, so I guess that's pretty much all I got. Hey, I appreciate it, Garrett. No, you're good, man. You're good. You're good. I'm just juggling the different. I don't have enough screens. I may fix that. I may go buy some more screens because I need. Well, I need at least 2 more where I'm not having to swap back and forth. But no, man, you're good. And I think I forgot to message you back the other day. I can't remember what happened, but things got crazy. Um, but anyway, no, man, you're good. We need to go storm chasing sometime. Uh, Garrett, that Brighton that you see in here is a real good friend of mine. He's got his stuff together when it comes to the streaming and got that figured out. We all 3 need to get together and chase. He's working on getting his truck set up for live streaming. I know he was messing around with Starlink for mobile internet. So yeah, for sure. We all 3 need to get together and do that. But no, you're good. And yeah, I just read the rest of your comment. We do need to chase. We do need to chase. Um, and we will if I can get time to. But yeah, we all 3 need to meet up and chase because Brighton's got the streaming set up, mobile in his vehicle. He's been working on some really cool stuff. I got a little bit of weather knowledge. Um, so yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, Brighton, let's do it. Um, yeah, we'll do it, Garrett. We'll do it. Let's all 3 get together sometime and do it. So with with all 3 of us together, surely we can get into some kind of mess. Pat, what's up, Pat? Yeah, Geek Squad. That's something like it. I'm a little more knowledgeable on the radio side than this live streaming. So, uh, but oh yeah, that's right, Garrett. You have, duh. It's been a long day. So anyway, so yeah, you've all three met. We all three need to go out because Brighton's got a good setup as far as the live streaming and stuff like that goes in his vehicle, and I got just a little bit of weather knowledge. So yeah. Now, Pat, Pat, I hope you're enjoying retirement. Jumping around in the comments, but I hope you are enjoying the retirement there. I was going to try to get down there, and I don't know if you guys did a retirement party or whatever. I was going to try to make it by there, but uh, last year was really busy work wise, and which was amazing. So it was an unbelievable year, record breaking. Uh, so it's I didn't know I could pull that many Cat 6 cables in a year and terminate them and all of that. So I could terminate fiber now. Bought a fiber splicer. Uh, so yeah, it was an amazing year last year. So if any of my work peeps are watching, thanks for that. Garrett, you had a part in that. Thank you. Now I don't know if I'd be calling him Brightside. I'm pretty sure that somebody he knows who, but I'm pretty sure somebody nicknamed him the Dim One. You remember that, Brighton? Brighton, how are you jumping back from TikTok and Facebook and YouTube so much? Speaking of which, I guess I need to. I need another screen. Um, Let me. I guess I need to minimize that and see what's need more weather. You got all three up. Okay. Uh, so we got a comment on TikTok. Is Memphis really going to get a foot of snow? No, I doubt it. Um, I highly doubt it. We're too far out. We're too far out right now. We're 5 days out from the event. That's really too far to forecast it. I come on here. I will probably do a live stream around the same time each night, somewhere between 8 and 10 p.m. Eastern time. So just kind of look for that. I was trying to get things set up to where I could figure out how to live stream on 3 different platforms. Try to figure out how to manage it before we got real close to it. 5 days is too far out to forecast that. The only yes, let me jump back to that in a second. So finish answering that thought. Yeah, 5 days out is too far. We only got two models that we can look at right now. It's the GFS and the European model. Memphis. Let's see what it was showing for Memphis. It's a good question. Appreciate the question, but we're just too far out right now. But just having a little fun with it. Let's switch over to. I hate how. I wish there was one application that had all the different models. Let's see. You were watching on TikTok, so I've got to switch the screens on there. So if we why did it do that? Okay. Anyway, if we that's the ensemble. Let's switch to just straight up GFS. GFS, and we want a forecast loop, and we want to go. So wow, the GFS is really not showing much snow for Memphis right now. It's showing it kind of come in further south of it. Now, if we switch over to the European model, I believe that was the model that was showing quite a bit for Memphis. Why did it switch to the? I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Yeah, the European model right now is showing around 14, 15 inches of snow for Memphis. That's not going to happen. Um, DJ12388, thank you for that question. No, I really don't think that's going to happen. As we get to about 2, 3 days out, kind of that 72 to 48 hour range, we can start forecasting that a little bit better. Winter is really, really hard to forecast really anything beyond about 24 hours to 48 hours. It's really hard to forecast because half a degree to a degree of difference can be the difference between snow and rain. So, but anyway, great question though. We'll get more into that. Tune back in, every evening, and we'll watch that as we get closer. Yes, and Garrett, going back to Facebook there. Yeah, I finally bit the dust. We put out more money than it was. Anyway, I finally got one, so that's exciting. Um, we had to subcontract out somebody to terminate some fiber a while back, and I decided after that I was just going to get one. So I've played around with it, splicing some scrap pieces of fiber that I've had here at the house, and that was fun. We've got some projects that were still left over from last year that need to be terminated, so that's going to come up soon. So, yep, Brighton back on Facebook here. Yeah, I know, work, work, work. uh, but anyway, Pat, if you're still in here, it was good to, like I say, enjoy the retirement. Really, really enjoy it, and we need to grab lunch or something together sometime. But yeah, really enjoy it. Let's see what else we got going on. So I guess that's about it, guys. Does anybody have any other questions? Not seeing anything on YouTube. Let's check. Swing back over to the Tiki Talk, as James Spann says. All right. What are your go-to weather apps? That changes. Radar is gonna be if I'm out mobile. And yeah, that was specifically Brighton, specifically on TikTok. There on your question, my go-to weather app when I'm radar app when I'm mobile is Radar Scope. I don't really mess with any other one. Radar Scope loads the images a whole lot quicker. It's just straight to the point. It's a whole lot quicker. I can load radar images with lower signal. Just there's not a lot of junk in it. Um, so that is my go-to for when I'm mobile. The thing I like about the different apps that I've tried right now, I'm playing around with the WeatherWise. It does have the models in it. It does have the composite, the nationwide imagery on the radar, but it takes a lot of resources. It takes a lot of data to load all that. So if I'm out storm chasing and I want quick, straight to the point, not cluttered down radar images, Radar Scope is by far what I go to. If I want a little bit of extras, I play around with a combination of Radar Omega, WeatherWise. Um, I will use, if I'm on the computer, I will use um, GR analyst, GR level 3 analyst, because it specifically has the NROT, the normalized rotation features. It also has the POSH, the possibility of severe hail algorithm on it, and the mesh, the mean estimated hail size. It has a couple of those products that I will pull up if we're looking at hail or if we're looking at rotation. So that's kind of what kind of what I do there. Uh, yeah, Pat, no, we definitely need to do that sometime. It's been kind of a crazy last year, and the first part of this year is going to be a little bit crazy. But as the weather gets better and stuff like that, no, we need to do that. I'll keep that in mind. Reach out to you sometime. Um, all right, guys. As much as I could stand here all night and do this, um, I think I'm gonna call it a. No, I got one more question. Yeah. So, man, that is a really good question. Thank you, Bratton, for that. So, first of all, if you're gonna go out storm chasing, um, unless you know a little bit about it, I would advise you not to do it at all. Period. Frankly, but I would advise you not to do it at all. You need to have a little bit of knowledge. I'm not a meteorologist. Maybe one day I'll find time to go to college and um, get that degree. But weather's kind of been one of my passions for a long time. I've been to a whole bunch of the Storm Chaser conventions, different Chaser cons, different stuff like that, different classes. I've taken the Storm Spotters class pretty much every year. I take the advanced Storm Spotters class out of Norman, Oklahoma. It's an online option. I take it pretty much every year. Um, these National Storm Chaser Summit, I have spoken directly to meteorologists. I have spoken directly to the people that design these weather apps like Radar Scope and stuff like that. I've directly talked to storm chasers. I've met Reed Timmer several times. Um, so the question is for the people who are watching on Facebook and YouTube, the question is, some people rely on their standard weather app, whether it be an accurate weather app or whether it be the Weather Channel, whether it be your local news station, throws out a weather app. Those are great in certain aspects. I use them in certain aspects as to they have a nationwide or regional radar. They have your forecast, hourly forecast throughout the day over the next 24 hours, and typically have the 5 to 7 day forecast. Some of them go out 10-day forecast. They're great for that. What they are not good for is radar. The radar that they use is only updates every 15 minutes or so. So if you're out chasing, keep in mind that those radar apps are only going to update about every 10 to 15 minutes. You're also getting a stitched together image from multiple radar sites. You're not getting single site high resolution. You're getting smoothed reflectivity data from multiple sites that only updates every 10 to 15 minutes. When you're out storm chasing or forecasting storms, even if you're staying at home kind of forecasting the storms, you want single site radar. You want the closest to wherever you're interested in, whether you're out chasing or your house or you got a buddy down the road, you got a buddy in another city. You want the closest radar to that, and those do the raw data straight from the radar. You will get an update about every 5 minutes via that. Quicker during certain times. There's multiple modes that the radar can be put in. There is VCP, no, VPC, volume patterns scans that the radar can be put into. That there's also a mode called sales, supplemental, adaptable, rapid, lower level rapid scan, something I forget exactly. I got a presentation that I've done at several of the ham radio clubs locally on this. The radar will it scans the lowest level, tilts up a little bit, scans, tilts up a little bit, and it does a full volume scan of all the tilts. It takes about 5 minutes. So at the very least, your app will update something like radar scope, radar omega, weatherwise, some of these higher end that you have to pay a subscription to that gives you single site data. My radar will do it too if you select single site. It gives you the raw data, it gives you high resolution data, and it updates every 5 minutes. If sales mode is enabled, then it will update every minute and a half, roughly, about every 75 seconds. The radar will scan the lowest level, go up, scan 2 or 3 more levels, come back down to the lowest level, scan, and then continue its volume scan. So they only implement sales mode during severe weather. So during severe weather, you can get updates about every minute and a half to 2 minutes versus the 5 minutes. But your local news station radar, the Weather Channel app, stuff like that, only shows stitched together, smoothed images that update about every 15 minutes. You can't use that when you're out forecasting. Also, radar scope, radar omega, weatherwise, the GR, the Gibson Ridge stuff. The My Radar, if you're on single site, it gives you the not only reflectivity but velocity, correlation coefficient, bunch of the other different modes that you can choose. So while the question is great and you can rely on those free apps from your local news station or stuff like that for more broader stuff, it's not what I would recommend for storm chasing. And we got another question. Okay. So the question is most important preparations in case of a significant weather event. What are some of the top go-to items or steps taken? First of all, you want to be weather aware. You want to kind of watch, and you can watch your local news for this. I highly recommend watching them kind of morning and evening. Get an idea, be weather aware, know that, hey, it's going to be nice all the way up until, whatever day. Say it's going to, storm on Thursday, so that you know that Thursday you need to kind of prep. It kind of just depends. You want to have a flashlight. Your phone has flashlight. If you know you got severe weather coming, make sure your phone's charged because you may lose power for an extended amount of time. Stay on top of it with news, radio, stuff like that. Your weather apps, if you're, things like that. If it does get bad enough that you go under a tornado warning, you would want to go into, the most center part of your house, under a stairwell, a closet, no windows, center portion as low as you can get. If you got a basement, get into there. If you go under a tornado warning, in that case, you want to, you don't want to grab a whole lot, but just make sure you have, your phone, maybe a flashlight, weather radio, have a spot set up for that. I know that wasn't a really good answer of that, but it just varies. If you know that, just kind of be prepared. Know that what's kind of in your area. If you know that there might be tornadoes and stuff, don't sleep naked. Keep your shoes ready. Stuff like that. So hopefully that helps. But definitely take your phone. Water. Make sure you have. If you don't have a basement, if you don't have a little closet in the center of your house with no windows, if you get in the bathroom, get in the bathtub, you can take, a thick blanket or a mattress and kind of throw on top of you, so it just kind of depends. So hopefully that was a good answer to that. And does anybody have any other? Guys, tap the screen, like it. Oh yeah, That's a good question. So the question is, kind of preparations for winter weather coming up. Um, if we end up getting ice, I mean snow can do it too. If you don't have a 4-wheel drive, we'll get a bunch of snow. You're gonna be stuck at the house for a while. So make sure you have. It's gonna sound crazy, but you know, make sure you have stuff to eat, snacks. Typical bread and milk type of thing. Um, Stuff like that. You want to have batteries for radio, so that you can kind of listen to your local radio station. If you lose power for an experience, especially during an ice storm, you want to have batteries so that you can listen to the weather and stuff like that. If you have a generator, make sure you're stocked up on your gas and stuff like that. But just make sure you have your snacks, your water, any kerosene, gas for generators, various things like that. Try to be caught up on all of your supplies, um, batteries for your flashlights, a way to charge your cell phone, whether it be a little solar charger, one of the power banks. They even make them little radios with the crank generator on them. Things like that for the wintertime. Make sure you have extra blankets, warm clothes. Be thinking of how you're going to heat your house if you're spend an extended amount of time without power. Um, yeah, definitely check that stuff now. You don't want to need a pack of batteries and think you have it and go to look for it when it actually happens. Um, be mindful of your heater. Make sure you got 3 foot clearance in front of it. Make sure you're not putting the heater in a situation that can cause a fire. Things like that. Um, Make sure if you do have a generator, that how to use that. Run the generator in a ventilated area. Run the generator outside. Run an extension cord in. Don't try to run the generator in your house. Things like that. But if you lose power for an extended amount of time during a winter weather event, just keep in mind that you can put your stuff in your refrigerator outside if it's cold enough. Kind of stuff like that. Have warm blankets readily available. Make sure that your elderlies, your neighbors, kind of make sure that they have warm blankets and stuff like that. That'd probably be my advice. But the milk sandwiches, it's nothing like a good soggy milk sandwich. So, but I think that kind of gets us. I appreciate you guys, Brighton. Thank you for all the gifts and stuff you sent and all the questions. All right, so it looks like I just um, apparently I just messed up TikTok's guidelines. Unoriginal or reproduced content. So looks like I've went against TikTok's uh, community guidelines. No telling what I said. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap things up. Yeah, Gary, a hobbyist with a green screen. Uh, I've kind of shifted from the green screen right now. This is actually a monitor. I can actually drag. Yeah, I can actually drag stuff over to it. You'll see that in a second. I think. Yeah, there it goes. So anyway, um, thank you guys for everything. And yeah, thank you. Thanks for all the likes, the shares, the comments, the engagements, the sharing of the little things, the whatnot. Yeah, like Brighton said, thank you everyone. Um, so I'm going to call that good, and we'll probably be back on her tomorrow night. If I might skip tomorrow night and go to Wednesday. Wednesday we'll have a better idea of what we got going on. So anyway, catch you guys later.